UFC.
UFC 126.
You know where I'm going to be watching this one?
Where are you going to be?
Laid up in bed.
Oh, that's right, because George will be having surgery. But we got to make it quick because none of our viewers want to hear us talk about George's surgery because they don't give a shit about your ass. First fight will be the bantamweight bout. This is going to be Miguel Taurus versus Antonio Benavidez. The only reason we know how to pronounce his name is because we actually know him.
And we have an interview with him, but
yes.
Yeah.
Now, Taurus is 3-1 favorite. 3-1 favorite.
Like the thing with the horns, the Zodiac shit that got all jacked up that everyone's crying about.
3-1 favorite, yeah. Once noted as one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world. He has struggled lately because he's lost, 2 of his last 3? Antonio, on the other hand, has won 4 of his last 5.
Yes, he has.
So
I'm cheering for Antonio strictly because we know him, we met him, and he fights out of the pit.
And he's a good guy.
I don't really care.
Yeah, he's a great guy, great personality, really cool guy. With all that being said, it's gonna be even a rusty Miguel Taurus is a lot for any bantamweight.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're gonna move on.
And Antonio is one of those high motor fighters. So I think for you folks who haven't had a chance to see him fight, we've seen him fight a couple times in the WEC. I think he's going to give Miguel Taurus a run for his money.
If you get him on the heels, he's nasty. Now, let's go to this welterweight fight before we go to this light heavyweight bout. Okay. Jake Ellenberger is going to be versing Carlos Rocha. Okay. Not a lot of people probably know about this guy. He is undefeated.
Which one?
Rocha.
Okay.
Do you know?
I didn't know who you were talking about.
Jimmy, do you know who Rocha is?
Do
you even know if I'm pronouncing his fucking name right?
You mean Al Roker?
No, not Al Roker, the fat black guy that does the fucking weather.
Not bad anymore.
But Carlos Rocha is a BJJ expert. This marks 9-0, 8 wins by submission. Seriously, he's nasty. But do you think it's going to be nasty to beat Jake Ellenberger, who's the 3-1 favorite, a wrestler, and not only the fact that this guy a wrestler, but his hands, George, are nasty. So if the guy gets too close to him, boom, bang, snoring.
What he said.
Yes. So I'm going to have to go with Ellenberger.
Okay.
And I'm going with what Vegas is saying. Now, let's move on to a fight that is huge. I've been waiting to see. Everybody's been wanting to see these two fight. And it's a light heavyweight bout between Jon Jones and Ryan Bader.
I'm going with Jon Jones, knockout.
Jimmy, who you going with? Yeah, I think a lot of people are going with Jon Jones.
Jon Jones is nasty.
Yeah, he is the overwhelming favorite. 4-1 almost.
Let me tell you right now, when Jon Jones wins this fight, sign him up to fight for the belt. Stop bullshit.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is that Jon Jones has gone through everybody so quickly.
Except for Matt Hamill.
Yeah.
And Matt Hamill didn't even hear him coming.
Right. And that's the only, and that's, Jesus Christ. Anyway, wow. Anyway, okay, enough of that. Anyway, he was disqualified when he fought Matt Hamill. But that's the only blemish on either one of these records. And moving on to the light heavyweight bout.
I didn't even know Forrest Griffin still fought.
He does. He did.
Last time that man was fighting, he was running out the building.
Yeah.
He's looked bad.
Now,
Rich Franklin, on the other hand.
But Rich Franklin is, last time Rich Franklin fought, he ended up. Anyway, he's the 2-1 favorite. Franklin's the 2-1 favorite. Many's going to ask, okay, why is he the favorite? Because you got to look at who he's fought. His last fight, the last 8 fights he's fought what? Hendo, Anderson Silva twice, Belfort, Liddell, Okami, Hamill, and Lutter. Lutter.
Yeah.
Does he still shit? I'm just wondering.
I have no idea.
Because I know if being a black man, if my last name was Lutter, people wouldn't turn their back on me. Man, them niggas stole my wallet. Anyway, getting more serious things. He's Rich Franklin's 2-1 favorite. Would you bet against Forrest Griffin?
I'm going with Forrest Griffin in this fight. I think it's about time for him to resurrect his career, and this is how he does it.
Yeah.
Now, here's the real question.
Mm-hmm.
They've been holding on to Stephen Bonner and Forrest Griffin a long time.
Right.
It is about time to cut ties with one of them. Who's getting cut first? Stephen Bonner or Forrest Griffin?
Well, Stephen Bonner's been fighting pretty good as of late.
Forrest Griffin or Stephen Bonner? One of them got to go.
Well, if you said one of them had to go, I would say Stephen Bonner, only because Forrest Griffin has been a champion. Stephen Bonner is not. But I would say this. Forrest Griffin has an incredible amount of heart, and he is a much bigger guy than Rich Franklin. Like, he's fought he's sucked down to get the light heavy, and Franklin's been fighting middle and going up, so that could pose a problem. Length, height.
We'll see. I think Rich Franklin's a very crafty veteran and been at this a long time. I don't think there's many situations Forrest Griffin can get Franklin in to make him feel uncomfortable.
Good point.
I just don't think there's a whole lot Forrest Griffin can do, But what I expect Forrest Griffin to come do is come out full bore and just try to overwhelm him with punches and strikes and keep coming forward.
Right.
I think if he does that, this is his best shot at winning.
Now, speaking of coming forward and going crazy,
I am 100%.
We're going to the middleweight championship bout. That's going to be the headliner.
And I'm 100% shocked that this fight is still going on. Because Vitor Belfort has a nasty habit of not making it all the way up to the fight.
Right.
He gets injured, gets hurt, gets poked in the eye, who knows?
With all that being said, we're still 2.5 weeks away from the fight, so it might not happen.
Right.
But you guys are going to be watching. Some of you guys will be watching this and realize that we taped this a long time ago. But Anderson Silva is going to be meeting Vitor Belfort, which is going to be the best matchup, I think, in a long time. I mean, big name matchup that Silva's had. He's the 2-1 favorite. That Silva's the 2-1 favorite. There's really no reason to explain why he's the favorite, because he's just nasty as shit. Belfort, on the other hand, has won his last 5. And the last fight, as you guys know, he knocked out Rich Franklin. Jimmy, knowing Vitor Belfort, and I know you guys say, who the fuck is Jimmy? Where's Jimmy? Jimmy is just a voice, man. Who do you got in this fight?
Can we cut him out now?
Why?
Because he's full of shit.
He's full of shit?
Yeah, he knows nothing about fighting.
What do you think?
Dude, Anderson Silva's the champ for a reason.
Right.
He's unbeaten for a reason. Mm-hmm. Vitor Belfort, there's a reason he doesn't stay healthy. He's not going to win this fight. He's just not that good. He used to be great and dominating and scary. I don't think that's the same Vitor anymore.
I think this. I think Vitor Belfort is against most of the people in MMA. The way he comes at you, when he is on point and he attacks and he's so aggressive, it can just overwhelm a fighter. But I think in this case, against this guy who is a phenomenal counter striker, I think it's the worst type of person to go up against.
So you know how I see this happening? Vitor coming out acting like he's going to rush and then pulls back.
He could do that.
Right.
Yeah, he could do
that.
Now,
with what I said, I understand off the top of my head, looking at this on paper, Anderson Silva all the way.
Right.
But if there's a fighter for Anderson Silva's going to lose a fight at some point in his career, just like Fedor did.
Right.
And maybe this is it. Maybe this is the guy who's going to catch him. Mm-hmm. He's got heavy hands and he is lightning quick.
Right.
He could finish him. And I think if he gets him on the ropes, he will finish him. He's not Chael Sonnen.
No, he's not.
So
he's not.
I think
clean. Joke, son. Anyway,
and you want to talk about Vitor Belfort being clean?
He is now. Huh? Right, I hope Vitor will be too. Anyway,
just a year ago, he looked like he got stung by 1,000 bees.
Anyway, this is going to make for an interesting,
an interesting fight. That's what Kevin was going to say as he was fighting with that big ass tongue.
Developed a speech impediment.
But like a kid with Downs and shit.
Oh my God. Anyway, leave your comments below us. We are pretty much
out. Did you just
out.
ask them to blow us?
No, I didn't say below us. I said
below us.
I'm not giving you guys fucking ammo out in fucking comment world, okay? No, below us.
He said blow us.
No, all right, we're out.